These are now the 3 documents that are required while applying for your YouTube monetization. I'm going to be walking you guys through the process of getting this document, where to get this document, and where these documents are actually needed while applying for your YouTube monetization. Just for clarity purpose, these are the only 3 documents that are required for anything called YouTube monetization. Anything other than these 3 documents is not required. The first document that will be required by you to submit is a tax identification document. Now, just to make something clear, where you're meant to submit these 3 documents is only going to be in your Google AdSense account. It's Google AdSense account that you're meant to submit 3 of those documents, and it's Google AdSense account that always requests for this document, right? You're not meant to submit this document in your YouTube studio. Where you're meant to submit these 3 documents is in your YouTube AdSense account, right? Now, just like I said, the first document that will be requested by you to submit is a tax identification document. And this tax identification document, the only thing Google AdSense wants in your tax identification document is your tax identification number. That is the only thing Google AdSense wants from you to submit in your tax identification document is your tax identification number. Now, to get a tax identification document, all you just have to do is to go to any tax office close to you and tell them you want to get a tax identification number, right? Now, for my own case, I'm a Nigerian, so I went to a Nigerian tax identification office here and I told them I wanted to get a tax identification number, and I paid somewhere around 2,000 to 3,000 for my tax identification number, and within 24 hours my tax identification document was sent to my email, right? So that is how to get a tax identification number in Nigeria. Go to any tax office close to you, tell them you want to get a tax identification number, and they will charge you somewhere around 2,000 to 3,000. I don't know how much they do for now, but when I did they charged me for just, I think 2,000 or 3,000. I know it was no more than 5,000, and I got that receipt through email. Now, for any of you that want to get a tax identification document, you can actually reach out to me on my Instagram and I can help you to get this document sent to your email within 24 hours. Now, just for clarity purpose, this is what the tax identification document looks like, right? Now, for the second document that is required is a governmental issued ID card. Now, this is where it starts getting very tricky. The only governmental issued ID card that is allowed for YouTube monetization are only 4. A driver's license, a voter's card, an international passport, which is what I use in my own case for my YouTube monetization, and your national ID card, that is the NIN, right? Now, just to make something clear, if you're using your international passport in applying for your YouTube monetization, make sure that you're using the address you use in opening or submitting for your international passport. In as much in your international passport, there is no address written on your international passport, make sure that you're using the address you use in opening that international passport to avoid issues, right? Now, let me give you an example, right? Now, let's say someone is making use of their voter's card in applying for YouTube monetization. That address written on your voter's card is what you are meant to submit. That same address that is written on your voter's card is what you're meant to submit when they ask you for your permanent address in your YouTube monetization, right? That is the address that you will write. That address written on your voter's card is what you are meant to write when they ask you for your permanent address on your YouTube application. Now, let's say the address written on your voter's card is number 18 Nnamdi Azikiwe Street, Victoria Island, Lagos, right? Now, that number 18 Nnamdi Azikiwe Street, Victoria Island, Lagos is what you're meant to write when they ask you for your address, right, in your YouTube monetization. That same address, write it there in your YouTube application when they say address, right? Where they say your address, you write it there, right? Now, let me give an example. Let's say the address written on your voter's card is number 18 Nnamdi Azikiwe Street, Victoria Island, Lagos, right? And currently, you are not staying in number 18 Nnamdi Azikiwe Street, Victoria Island, Lagos. Maybe currently now you are not staying in Abuja, right? If you are applying with your voter's card, you are still meant to use that same address written on your voter's card, which is number 18 Nnamdi Azikiwe Street, Victoria Island, Lagos, in your application, despite you are staying currently in Abuja, right? Because why I'm saying this is that when they ask you to, because you're going to take a clear picture of that your voter's card, if the address written on the voter's card doesn't tally with what you've written with your address, when they tell you what is your address, doesn't tally, your application will be rejected, right? So despite you're currently staying in Abuja currently, but what is written on your voter's card is number 18 Nnamdi Azikiwe Street, Victoria Island, Lagos. When you are applying for your YouTube monetization, you are meant to use that same address on your voter's card, right? Despite you're staying currently in Abuja, right? So if you're using your driver's license to apply for your YouTube monetization, you are meant to use that same address written on your driver's license. If you're using your voter's card to apply for your YouTube monetization, you are meant to use that same address written on your voter's card. If you're using your international passport, just like the way I did, you are meant to use that same address you use in opening that international passport for your YouTube application. And if you're using your NIN slip, you are meant to use that same address written on your NIN to apply for your YouTube monetization. Now, just to make something clear as well, if you're using your NIN, which is your national identity card, to apply for your YouTube monetization, make sure you're making use of the plastic card. If you have your NIN, make sure it is the plastic card that you're using to apply. If it's the slip you're using to apply, your application will be rejected, right? So make sure that you're making use of the plastic card for this your YouTube monetization. Now, something else I also want you to note, make sure you have these documents ready before you start your YouTube application, right? Now, just to take you guys through the process of getting some of these documents, to get a voter's card in Nigeria can take somewhere around, I don't know, maybe 8 months or 2 months, I don't know. But to get a driver's license in Nigeria can take somewhere around 2 months to get the plastic ID card for your driver's license. To get an international passport in Nigeria can take somewhere around 2 months as well to get your hands on the international passport. And to get an NIN card in Nigeria, to be honest, I don't know how long, because up to now, I've not even gotten my own plastic card. So know the particular document or the particular governmental ID card you are going to be using for your YouTube monetization, and make sure you start getting these documents before even you get to 4,000 of watch hours so that you can apply for your YouTube monetization. That's just something I also want to put out clear to you guys, so that you don't start waiting for these documents to get out, to come up, and before you start waiting, you're losing out in a lot of money that you're supposed to make on YouTube. So make sure you get these documents ready before you start applying for your YouTube monetization. If you want to go with the best option I can advise anyone to go with is a driver's license, because it's more cheaper to get. Driver's license for 3 years, driver's license can take somewhere around 15K or 20K. I don't know how much they're doing. I might just leave the current price on what I find in the website. Yeah, for 3 years for someone who wants to get a driver's license. And know that it will take you somewhere around 2 months to get your hand on the plastic ID card of your driver's license, right? Because that is what you're going to use for your YouTube monetization. Now, moving on to the third document. Please, just in case you're getting value from this video, the one favor you can do to me is to like this video as well as subscribe to the channel. For you to be on this video up until now, it means that you're getting value from the video. So please like the video as well as subscribe to the channel. Now, moving on to the third document is a bank document. Now, this is very important, because if you should make a mistake in this bank document, you won't make any money on YouTube. I don't want to show you guys what this actually looks like, because this is my own bank document, trust me. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking me this question from this video over here. Just in case you've not watched this video, watch this video. Very interesting. I broke it down to a layman's understanding, right? For your bank document, the first thing you need to do is that you need a dollar account, right? So go to any bank of your choice, tell them you want to open a dollar account. Now, for some bank, they might tell you that you need to bring $100 in order to open a dollar account. Trust me, that $100 will still be in your account. They just want you to bring a physical dollar to actually open that dollar account, right? For some bank, they will tell you you need $100 to open a dollar account. Now, when you open that dollar account, that is where your money on YouTube actually comes in, right? Now, what YouTube usually requests in that your dollar account is what we know as bank documents. And in this your bank document, they will request for your full name, the way your name is written on the bank. Let's say, for example, your name is written as Ika Nnamdi Precious. They will request for you that your full name, request for your account number, and then request for your bank SWIFT code, right? Now, this is where it gets serious. For your bank SWIFT code, just go to Google, search for that bank SWIFT code. Google will show you the bank SWIFT code. Now, where people make mistake is that they don't take that SWIFT code and go to their bank to actually confirm that this is their actual SWIFT code, right? Now, once you've gotten your SWIFT code from Google, go to your bank, give it to your account officer and ask him, is this the actual bank SWIFT code? If he tells you yes, then you know that is correct. Now, let's say, for example, your account number is correct, your bank name is correct, the bank full name is correct, but your bank SWIFT code is wrong. You won't be getting any money on YouTube, right? So you need to make sure that your bank SWIFT code is 100% correct. I know a lot of people will say just go to Google, ask for Google. Let's say you're using EcoBank, for example. You're using EcoBank. You have a EcoBank dollar account and you search for EcoBank SWIFT code and they show you EcoBank SWIFT code. And you do not go to bank to confirm if this is their actual SWIFT code and you fill in the bank SWIFT code on your account details on YouTube. If that SWIFT code is wrong, the money will not come to your account. Despite that your full name is correct, your account number is correct, and your bank name is correct. If the SWIFT code is not correct, YouTube will not be paying you. You won't get a dime from YouTube. So you need to make sure that your bank SWIFT code is very correct. Those are the things that YouTube will request for you in your bank document. When they are filling your account details, they will tell you your bank name, your bank account number, the name of the account owner, and then the bank SWIFT code. These are the 4 things that are requested in your document. Now, these are the 3 documents that are required while applying for YouTube monetization, right? These are very important. Trust me. The one mistake you do not want to make on YouTube on your monetization is that you don't want to make mistake in your application process. Because trust me, if you make mistake in your application process, the time you are supposed to be correcting that mistake, dollars are moving on in your accounts. Those dollars will not be entering your account. So if you do not make any mistake in your application, you start getting paid faster. If you make mistake in your application, trust me, you're losing a lot of dollars that is supposed to be coming into your account because you are trying to correct mistake you made on previous things, right? So the faster they accept your application on YouTube, the time it's more early for you to start making money on YouTube, right? So that is just what I want to cover here on YouTube. And by the way, for any of you that want to apply for YouTube monetization, I have a comprehensive video. A lot of you guys have been loving that video. I've been getting a lot of questions from that video, this video over here. A lot of you guys have been asking me questions relating to this video. And a lot of you guys have actually found that video very helpful. I break down the YouTube monetization application process from beginning to the end, from the beginning of your application to where YouTube tell you your application is completed. I broke it down. I showed you guys in the video. So watch this video whenever you want to apply for your YouTube monetization. It's the best video. I can guarantee you that it's the best video you watch on YouTube concerning applying for YouTube monetization. I'm not even joking. When I'm trying to produce a video, I make sure that the video is well detailed to the brim. So this will be the best video you can actually watch concerning applying for YouTube monetization here on YouTube. I showed you guys the step by step. Like if you finish this stage, the next thing you're supposed to do. If you finish this stage, the next thing you're supposed to do. So watch this video just in case you want to apply for your YouTube monetization, just in case you got value from this video. Trust me, I'm sure you got value. So do me the favor by liking this video as well as subscribing to the channel. That's the one thing you can do to me. And don't forget, for any of you that want to get your tax identification document, you can actually reach out to me on my Instagram and I can help you get your tax identification document sent to your email within 24 hours. Trust me, you will get this within 24 hours. And a lot of you guys have been helping you guys getting approved here on YouTube concerning your YouTube application process. A lot of you guys have been reaching out to me on my Instagram, on my emails and everything, and I've been helping a lot of you guys actually into your YouTube monetization. So if you are feeling like you're not capable to do this, you can actually reach out to me on Instagram and I can walk you through the process step by step. I'll hold your hand till you reach to YouTube tell you congratulations, you have been accepted into the partnership program. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you watch this video over here and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye for now.